Science Vessel's pushing up, going to try to get an EMP on those Dragoons to basically supplement that force. And Frozean, man, it's been all about the supply line deaths, just getting wiped out here and there as far as supply lines. As you can see, getting completely cleaned out at that 12 o'clock location. Looks like he's going to end up with 6 SCVs there, and I think, first of all, his main is entirely mined out. His secondaries would be my guess is entirely mined out. I think he lifted off his secondary and brought it down at that offset 9 o'clock location. That got wiped out. The 12 o'clock, I think, was the only minerals he was getting in, so starting to hurt for res. Right now, the offset 9 o'clock towards the interior of the map is the only thing he's got going for him. He does have pretty good upgrades. It looks like he's at 2-2 as far as upgrades go. I'm not sure what Backho is doing in that regard, or how he's doing. And now you can see he's pushing into 6 o'clock, starting to think about taking out Backho's res, because he realizes that he's starving for res. First of all, he needs an EMP going off, and that's going to, honestly, I don't know why more Protoss players in the pro level don't go EMP. That can be a great balance for Terran. First of all, really good counter to Arbiters, but second of all, a great balance for Terran. Lone Templar getting killed before it can manage to do anything. And even though Frozean is managing to take out the 6 o'clock location, he is managing to take out some of Backho's res, and it doesn't actually look like there's a lot of probes there at that time. Looks like, so this is going to be a pretty big boon for Frozean, especially if he can cap that for his own purposes, because essentially the exact opposite is going to happen. Backho is going to be starting to starve for res. I thought he had basically at that offset 9 o'clock and the 12 o'clock location and that 6 o'clock he had already been mining quite a bit, but apparently not. Hadn't bothered putting a lot of production into those locations, but he needs to be careful because his front door is wide open, as is that offset 9 o'clock position, while he's got a lot of those units committed there. And as you can see, those Zealots pushing in now, and this could really be the deciding battle of the match, as if Frozean can mount a solid defense here. He'll be right back in. Oh, Psystorm going off once again over all those probes, and that hurts. And in the meantime, Backho just trying to produce some units and put up some sort of defense here at that bottom right-hand corner. That was, in fact, the location where we saw. I thought I was mistaking for the 6 o'clock location. That was in fact the 5 o'clock location right there, but that's getting completely wiped out. So at least Frozean not coming out of this empty-handed. He is going to be able to take out several gateways and do a lot of economic damage here. but taking in turn at that offset 9 o'clock, and honestly, as far as that exchange goes, it's honestly mind-killing that single Dragoon. I think this is going to hurt Frozean a little bit more. Granted, he does have the ground force still, but I still feel like Backho has a lot of res cache. I think he can produce another good-sized force. Frozean, though, putting up an excellent fight, pushing in, going to be able to take this Nexus out, going to be able to massacre a lot of these probes without much of a fight. Doesn't look like Backho's even worried about it, just trying to get some units out. Now bringing out another attack force. He realizes what the game's going to come down to at this point is whether he can take out that offset 9 o'clock, the interior 9 o'clock, or that 6 o'clock location. Getting underneath those Arbiters looks like wasn't able to avoid those mines. It doesn't look like he's actually going to go for any sort of defensive posture at that 6 o'clock. Yeah, going to go right after that 9 o'clock position, just try to cut off Frozean's resources and worry about the game. Still pumping those Arbiters, and really past 3 Arbiters, I don't know that he really needs anymore. They haven't been, I guess, wanting to get some more resources up. Some more energy up to cast some more stasis across the field. And now Frozean pushing forward, going to try to secure himself another expansion in the middle of the map, more towards about the 1 o'clock position in the interior of the map. It's kind of hard to call those expansions. And now, very good job getting at the 11 o'clock position. The Vultures pushing in, and now things solidly swinging into Frozean. He's taking this game out of Backho's hands when he was behind economically, even though he lost so many SCVs. But this could be the difference here. Now you're seeing, wow, we'll see, going right for the supply, right for the factories. Let's see if these, getting comps at it though, we'll see if he manages, no EMP going off though, the EMP coming across now, and if one of these Arbiters can get through, recall on the main supply lines, double recall, and we'll see if this will be enough. If he can get and take those factories down, that will be game right there, because Frozean obviously not going to be able to produce. If those factories go down, that could be everything. Science Vessel's right there, so those Arbiters obviously not cloaking those units underneath. And now, yeah, just those Zealots running wild in the base. Yeah, it's kind of like Teens Gone Wild. It's Zealots running wild in the back on the factories. Frozean pulling back the forces, a couple Dragoons and Zealots just trying to push up to delay them while they do some damage. One factory down. He really needs 2 or 3 of those factories down to really feel like that's worthwhile. Doesn't look like it's going to be. In the meantime, I don't see it. I was hoping that Backho had actually attacked at some other location. Doesn't look like he had. So 2 factories down at the meantime. Just looks like he managed to take out a couple machine shops, but it looks like the reinforcements are going to be able to clean the rest of this attack up. So not as big of a hit as it could have been. Some Templar and some other units that are coming through getting annihilated as they're just kind of walking through. And you can see it on Baccho's face, this game starting to come out of his hands. And Frozean's turn to go on the offensive, I feel right here, running out of res here. 12 o'clock location, Frozean's still producing. More Arbiters coming across. And it looks like that's the single producing location now, that 3 o'clock offset for Backho. A couple Arbiters stasising here. And that's where Frozean is headed. That's where he's pushing with the bulk of his units at this point. Going to go for the Jugular. You're going to try to end the game here and make sure that basically that Backho is then starved for resources and can't continue. It doesn't look like Backho has any sort of attack force off. Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like actually he also has. Man, what is that? I'll call that the 1 o'clock inside expansion. Psystorm misplaced there. A couple of those vultures, instead of going after the SCVs, look like he's going after those dragoons, and it looks like he was able to take those dragoons out, and now trying to just inflict as many casualties as he can as far as the probes go. Keep in mind, every probe that goes down, that's just precious resources that are falling through Backho's hands. And looks like still trying to bring up some units. I'm not sure how many units that Backho has left. I'm not sure that he has basically the economics really at this point to keep pushing at this. So this might be GG right here. Frozean put this, yeah, and there's GG. Backho, well, actually, maybe not. Doing a little of a fist pump there. No, I'm pretty sure that Frozean, though, yeah, it was the teal that called GG, so Frozean winning out, yeah, I'm not insane. Sweet. So Frozean, very impressive comeback, very impressive final, yeah, going in, pressing in, doing everything he needed to do, and just a slugfest, coming out ahead. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, very back and forth. Very enjoyable to watch, at least on my part. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Thanks for listening.